My name is Michael Burnett, and I'm a small group pastor here at Real Life Church. I just wanted to share a story with you about how I came to know Christ because of the commitment of one person in my life. When I was younger, I grew up in a divorced home with me and my brothers in a single parent home, and it was rough. My mom worked nights, and so she was never home. So one day at practice, my Little League coach asked me if I ever go to church anywhere, and I was like, nah. And so he was like, well, do you want to go? And I was like, sure, but you got to pick me up because my mom works and she didn't get off till a certain time, and I won't be able to go. And so I didn't really think he would show up. And so the next thing I know, that Sunday morning, I had someone knocking on my door at 9 o'clock in the morning to pick me up for Sunday school and for church. And every Sunday and Wednesday after that, he, his wife, or someone from his family who could drive showed up at my house for the next 4 years till I got my driver's license. And so whether I sat in the back room and pretended I wasn't home, or we answered the door quickly and went, he always showed up and picked us up for church for 4 years straight. And because of Mr. Davis, it was interesting because the summer of my senior year, we went to camp at Glorieta, New Mexico, and it was summer camp for youth. And that summer, I realized I didn't really know who Christ was, and I didn't have him as part of my life. I'd always heard Christ and God referred to as Father, and my dad is never in my life. And so I didn't want anything to do with somebody who was a father because it was a negative connotation for me. And I realized that summer for the first time in my life that I had a dad that was sitting there waiting for me the whole time. And it was the greatest experience because at summer camp, it felt like I crawled up in his lap, and for the first time I received that full amount of love in my life when I accepted Christ in my life. The interesting thing is that I was that kid from the other side of the track. Somebody always had to come pick me up. I was the one that wasn't going to ever do anything. And now I've been a Christian for 22, 23 years and been pastoring for 20 of it. From doing youth ministry, volunteer ministry, or full-time pastor, God has just laid that on my heart. And that summer, I also gave my life to the ministry because I knew that that's what God wanted me to do with the rest of my life. I always thought I wanted to be a doctor and help people. And I am kind of in a way because I'm helping people with their spiritual illness and the things that they have wrong. So after all these years, I get to talk to Mr. Davis every once in a while because of one person understanding what the Great Commission was to go out and baptize all nations. He went out where the people were. He came to me and reached me. And every Sunday for 4 years is the reason why. And we've been coming to Real Life Church, me and my wife and our kids, for almost a year now. And one of the great things about Real Life churches is they go out and do that. I see that same heart and that same mentality. And that's one of the reasons I love teaching about discipleship and how to lead life groups, because that's how we're going to grow our church, and that's how we're going to change Gainesville, Texas in a major, major way. Christ has such big plans. I had a major life change because of Mr. Davis. And one of the reasons I teach about discipleship and going out and reaching others is because you too can do that. And I try to exemplify that in my life as well.